Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and pets, children and nieces and nephews, all the people that love wrestling, all the people that like wrestling, those that just found out about wrestling, everything in between. You're now tuned into the Wrestling Podcast live from Titan Towers. It is 808s and Chest Shots. I am your host, Jeff, joined as always by Nick. Nick, say what's up to the people.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
You know, we are a faction normally, but yeah, man. Yeah, if you listen to this show, you know the third member of the faction lives in the Florida area, and the Florida area, we're sending prayers to the Florida area right now. So shout out to Andrew. We know you listening and watching it, and yeah, man. Everybody stay safe out there, bro. Pray. If that's your thing, I hope it's your thing. You know, not trying to put my beliefs on you, but you know, pray. Do what you gotta do, but stay safe as well. Mother Nature's having a rough time right now in the South. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough. So, Andrew, you know, like I said, stay safe. We definitely praying for you and the fam. And
Prayers up.
yeah, man. Yeah, it's hard to transition from that, but we wanted to get that out the way early. Make sure you check us out, 808s and Chest Shots on the Instagram and the Facebook. 808s Chest Shots on the X or the Twitter, if you want to call it by X's slave name. But yeah, that's where we at. Building our community, bringing the content, making you laugh. You know, that's how we roll. We don't take this stuff too serious. Why should we? Any whoozle. Nick, how was your week, brother?
Like I said, it's going slow motion like the ocean right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, waiting on to hear some feedback from a certain company and then, move from there.
Man, good luck, brother. It's already yours. Whatever that is, it's already yours.
Appreciate it.
It's already yours.
Hopefully it trends over so, end up being a sponsorship with the pod. You never know.
Hey, yeah, whatever. I'm always here for sponsorship and collaboration.
We are here for that.
Always here for that. But yeah, man, we took a couple of weeks off because of weather and because of just stuff happening, man. It's crazy.
Man, happening.
During that time, though, a lot happened in the wrestling world. We'll start with the most current thing, I guess, would be Bad Blood. Bad Blood was first.
Yeah, we can start with that.
All right. Bad Blood, 5 matches. Yeah.
5. Good old Triple H 5.
5 matches. Let's start there. I like that, and I like the fact that it's putting the emphasis on SmackDown and Raw. So you're taking PLE or pay-per-views or PLEs, caliber matches, and putting them on go home SmackDowns and throughout and having mid card to lower upper tier card matches on your main event shows, and I think that's dope. What say you, bro?
Mm-hmm. I like so far I like the 2-hour switch up for Raw.
Okay.
Now I also like they're using social media for some of these
yeah,
extra
we're gonna get there.
for some of the extra stuff that we don't see. So I like how they're using social media, adding that to the fray, adding more main event PLE matches to the SmackDown and Raw. I think they're doing a pretty good job trying to spread it out.
Yeah.
Get the content that you need.
I agree. Taking advantage of, they've called themselves the WWE Universe for a long time. And they business wise, they've been one of the more social media savvy businesses in sports and entertainment. So these last couple of, well, I'm gonna say last couple of years, because if you go back to Mania last year and you look at, we joke about it, but you look at Rock, having his 13-minute soliloquy, waking up to a Friday to a 13-minute promo from Rock on his social media. You know what I mean? Then you look at certain Twitter beefs per se that may or may not have been worked. You know what I mean? So they've been embracing it, but I think this week though was pure social media, and two big instances, the Solo and the Kevin Owens, and we're gonna come back to the both of those, okay? But I want to start off though when we talk about the bad blood of it all. The match of the year so far, right? I know you don't want to admit it because of who was in it.
I can admit it.
But
I can admit that was a great match.
Punk and McIntyre was the match of the year so far, brother.
Hey,
they brought
hey.
it.
They walked in there like, okay, we're going to just do some stuff and then make it exciting. And then we're going to have a whole lot of blood.
Too much, but it happens.
I mean, it's October, spooky season, so yeah, blood works.
Okay.
It had some moments in there that was like, okay, they built it. I mean, this one was built very well for the rubber match. So the build up for it was great, but putting it first was like, damn.
You know what?
Kind of hit right there.
All right. To me, putting it first made so much sense because now you get it out the way, and it also, with how the main event ended, it was foreshadowing to, it's gonna be some foolishness in the main event. Because when I saw we started off with Hell in a Cell, the main event tag team match is gonna be some foolishness. I already know.
Foolishness. Okay.
And I don't know if you saw it, but someone leaked that Rock was in Georgia on social media. Like, I don't know how they found out or what they did, but someone on Twitter was like, "Hey, he's in Georgia," and like the day of the event, they were saying he was in Georgia. So when I saw that, I said, "Okay." I didn't know it was a reputable. Damn real like I didn't know it was a reputable source. So I thought nothing of it, right? But then when I saw we started off with Punk, I said, okay, this is actually going to happen. I knew then it was giving some foolishness at that point. So yeah, man, I'm here for it. But what do you think about Punk and McIntyre?
Like I said, I mean, it's classic, instant classic, and it's. A lot of people throw it around when it comes to wrestling and music and whatnot, but that is an instant classic right there.
Absolutely.
Pray for the brain of hope Drew McIntyre does have CTE.
Right.
Cause them staples look they look gruesome.
And you know what's crazy about Punk and McIntyre is up there for feud of the year, right?
Right.
And Punk is now going to roll right into Seth. And that is probably going to be bigger than Punk and McIntyre. That's crazy.
He might have 2 feuds of the year back to back.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. So
good for him.
Hey, you know I'm happy. If ain't nobody else happy, you know I'm happy.
Of course you are.
All right. Well, let's see. There was another match. Rhea Ripley and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Solid. It was solid. Dom in the cage was weird for a minute, but it is what it is. What do you think?
Yeah, it got weird towards the end for me.
Yeah.
Think him falling out the cage and the kendo stick, and then Raquel Gonzalez comes back and is like, why is she here?
Yeah.
No crowd pop, nothing.
No.
Why you here again? So, yeah. Towards the end, it got really cloudy over there.
To be fair, though, she's one of the few women in WWE that can actually make Rhea. I don't want to say look small, but she doesn't look imposing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they do. I mean, they got some good matches between them two, so yeah. I can see why. But the fact she came out to like zero noise or anything is kind of like, damn.
Yeah. This wasn't one of their better crowds, though. It wasn't one of their better crowds. Even when Rock came out, that excitement didn't. I wasn't in the building, but the excitement didn't jump off the screen when he came out to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are instances where, not to jump ahead. Well, hell, I mean, we could jump ahead, but there are instances where Rocky has come back. Shoot, you in Memphis when he did SmackDown in Memphis. you could feel the FedEx Forum shaking when that final boss came on the screen and he came out. Like Atlanta, I don't know if it's because they don't do they haven't done a PLE there in quite some time, and it maybe isn't the hotbed that it used to be for them. It didn't seem like at certain points that they were that into it. It may have just been may have been just because we were on TV. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just didn't sound like The Rock was back.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
though.
that's just me.
We're leading to chaos. You know that, right? Like we're about to ascend into pure chaos. Like you are aware of that. Like you aware of that, right? Because if he's back now and
it's gonna be wild.
If he's back now and it's October, that gives us Survivor Series, that gives us Rumble and Mania, and you fill it in with. I think there's a Saudi show somewhere that's coming up.
Mm-hmm. Crown Jewel.
That's before Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Okay, he's probably not going to that. But whatever they're doing for War Games, dog, take my money. Take my money. Whatever they're doing for War
Where's
Games.
it gonna be at? Isn't that gonna be like in San Antonio or somewhere?
Survivor Series this year. Hold on. No, keep talking. All right.
I'm trying to figure it out myself. Survivor Series should be somewhere. I thought it was like in Texas. Ooh, it's in Vancouver.
Vancouver. Yeah, they popped up. It's in Vancouver. So,
in Canada.
So if you think about it, in Canada, I know he isn't from Vancouver, but Owens is from Canada, right?
Quebec.
I think. It's close. Quebec is close to Vancouver. If my geography's right. So that's probably the main event, right? Now, because after the attack in after Bad Blood, you can stretch that out until something. You might or hell, it might be in Crown Jewel. But War Games, Rocky comes back after Roman and Cody and Baby Boy Uso reunite in the ring and get the win against Solo and Jacob in the tag team match and Bloodline Wolfpack. Rocky comes back. He does not seem to be happy with Roman.
That's why I feel the way he was acting. Yeah. Especially that old little going live after the damn show.
Yeah. So speaking of social, so kind of draw back to social media. Did you see Solo talking to the people in the crowd and that this was part of the plan? As Rocky is coming out and is out there just looking, Bloodline Wolfpack was in the crowd because they escaped from the crowd. Solo is leaning over talking to somebody in the crowd who is recording him, and he's saying this is all part of the plan. So if he's saying that, and I don't think he would be naive enough to not think if he's saying this that it's going to get social media. We're leading to Rock on one side, Roman on the other side in War Games. And because was War Games normally 5 people? 4. 4 people. Oh, yeah, because it was Sammy, Usos, and Roman. Yeah, 4 people.
Yeah,
all right.
4 people.
Okay, all right. War Games is going to be fun because I don't know if Rocky, because if you take Rhodes out and it's Uso, Roman, Randy Orton maybe, and because it can't be Kevin Owens because he'll be with Cody. Oof. And they might even bring up Main Event Jay over there and get involved and reunite it all to make it feel so good. You know what I'm saying? This is 4 years, bro. This is 4 years of the same damn storyline. But it just keeps getting better.
We keep getting better, and we keep watching.
And I mentioned that.
We keep on watching.
I bring that up because Tony Khan, and God knows I love Tony Khan because he's going to get this right with AEW. Tony Khan said that long-term storytelling doesn't work.
Why the fuck you lying?
I got news for you, Tony. WWE is baking some of their biggest money and biggest revenue, breaking attendance records, all these things for years straight off of the longest running storyline in the world right now.
And it's gonna go on for another 2 years at this point.
We all thought Paul Heyman was crazy when he said we're not even in the 6th inning yet. Remember when he said that? And now looking back on it, damn it, he was right. Damn, he was right. And you know,
man, crazy.
And I'll let you go after this, but this also sadly though speaks to our point when we said we've been saying for like the last 2 to 3 shows. Cody is still an afterthought. Roman is the biggest star in the company. Rocky is the biggest star in the freaking world, and the bloodline is the NWO of all of this. And Rose is the champ. And now, mind you, what he and Kevin Owens did outside, that's interesting. But that's the first time he's been interesting, if we're being honest, since he won the damn belt and made it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. We cover Bad Blood. And we cover Bad Blood.
Then we had Nia Jackson, Bailey. Then we had Damien.
Am I tripping? Has she like not? I mean,
she's been slimming down for a while.
Okay.
Since she came back, she's lost a lot of weight.
Good for her.
It's working out for her pretty well, respectfully. Yeah, respectfully. We're gonna do that. Always respectfully.
Always respectfully.
Always. Got Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Yeah, that was it.
I don't think that one's over. I don't think
that one's over either.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough one to end. So hey. Black Bub was a pretty solid show.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. It was solid. Yeah, it was solid in building up for Survivor Series. So I'm here for it. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Did you finish Vince?
Yes, I finished with Vincent. Okay. Mr. McMahon.
Here's what I would like you to do. We're gonna talk about the Mr. McMahon doc. We don't have to go. We could go in episode by episode, or what I would want to hear. What were your expectations before you watched, and when you finished, did you feel like it either met or exceeded your expectations?
Okay, my expectations going into it was, what was Vincent going to open up more? Because we don't know a lot about him, but we know some things about him.
Okay.
I walked into it like, will he talk a little more? Because they've been doing this since what? It was being recorded 2021, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I thought he would be a little more open. I thought he was going to tell some tales and give some more insight on certain things. That was the thing I was looking forward to.
Okay.
And then we had the whole situation happen with the allegations. So I didn't think he was going to go near that. So that was my expectation going into it. Now, leaving it, I feel like I didn't get what I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What I mean by that is this. Remember when it first came on, the first episode, right?
Yeah.
And he said nobody gets to know the real events.
Yeah.
Something of that nature, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I knew this was going to be some bullshit. Okay. Right there. That right there. And I just sat there and was like, oh, God, we're going to get the same old Vince. Try to convince us that he's not Mr. McMahon. He's just a character. Yeah. We're going to hear the same couple of stories we heard, we already know about.
Okay.
I'm surprised they touched on the snooker thing. That was one thing. I didn't think they segued it to like, oh, the Montreal Screwjob turned him into Mr. McMahon, the character type thing. Yeah. I didn't know it went like that.
Oh, okay. But
overall, I was just sitting there like, no much of an insight, nothing about his history as much, nothing about how he feels about certain things. It's just the same old Vince. That's what I felt. So,
okay, go ahead.
What about you?
Oh, my bad. Going into it, I truly didn't know what to expect because he signed up for one thing and it clearly was going to become something else because the allegations dropped during production and then he backs out of it. but because he already signed off on everything, they have the rights to it. So it's almost like Vince probably should have stuck around, sadly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't know what to expect. After watching it, I got a few takeaways. Number one, this should have been 10 parts.
Yeah.
Ooh, easily.
And the reason why I say that is because if you were going to take that much time in building up the company, you needed more time to build up Vince. You gave Hogan you gave WrestleMania, 1, 2, and 3. You gave all that. Then you go to Attitude Era, then you go Ruthless Aggression Era. You probably and you go PG Era, right? I think there could have been more on Attitude Era. It could have been more on but what I'm saying what could have been more time on was Vince. Like the actual things that he's going through and going a little bit deeper into how he felt about the reporters, the Meltzers of the world, the other gentlemen, the New York Times guy, and the
Phil,
main
yeah,
yeah,
Phil was on his ass.
right. And then the main thing that I feel like could have got more time was the family dynamic because they just say Shane is away for those 6 or so years.
That's
Dog,
it.
I don't. Did you ever watch the show Succession on HBO?
Yeah,
This is Succession
pretty much.
in wrestling terms. Like
Yep.
you are the boy, you are the first and only boy, firstborn to the empire. In natural line of succession, you are the one. Vince was the one. Now
Mm-hmm.
he bought it from his father, but case in point, Vince worked for his father, buys it from his father. You would think Shane would be the one, but it became Stephanie. Then in proxy becomes Hunter, and they made that seem like it was cool, like everybody was okay with it. In that episode 5, remember? Like they made it seem like everybody was cool with that. The story to me is Vince and Shane's relationship, Vince and Stephanie, Vince, Stephanie, and Trips and Shane. I think that's an episode in itself that got left on the table. And lastly, I want a friend that ride for me as hard as Bruce Pritchard rides for me.
Man,
Bruce
bruh.
Pritchard is Vince's guy. Like,
For
no ifs, ands, or
life.
buts
He don't
about.
care.
Vince can never say he don't have anybody on his side because Bruce Pritchard is his guy. Like
Bruce said, "This is a manhunt." I'm like, bro, what?
this is a hit piece. Like,
Huh? A hit?
what are you
What?
watching, Bruce?
You defending this without a. If Vince McMahon would have come out and said, "Oh, the sky's orange," Bruce Pritchard's gonna be like, "The sky's motherfucking orange, and you can't tell me no different."
Yeah, that's his guy. Vince is his guy.
Right or wrong,
Right or wrong.
hook by the crook.
You need people like Bruce Pritchard around to get to the top. Because Bruce is going to take the bullet.
Bullets, not one, bullets,
And the
all of
crazy
them.
thing about it, with all of this, Bruce is probably the only one from that regime that's going to leave this unscathed. Right? Like, he's not named in any of the allegations, any of the lawsuits, any of that. And still, he's riding for Vince. Like, that is amazing to me. How he is riding for Vince.
Whew, boy, man. Like,
That
everybody
probably,
been named except him. That's the crazy part. He came to work, helped his boss out,
yeah.
and then said, "You know what? I'm going home."
But you think about it, Pritchard has been there. Now he's left at different points, but he's been there, if I'm not mistaken, a majority of this journey of these 40 years with Vince. So
Yes.
I understand that he's going to have some positive views on Vince. I respect it all. I'm just saying for him to be on that last episode, guns blazing like this is a hit piece, and just you guys and da 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 da, like dog, like we see this, bro. Like no, like
Nah, nigga, he out here doing some rogue stuff. Like, what are you doing?
Here's the crazy part. Now I know hindsight is 2020, right? I'm gonna leave with that, and I totally understand. But Vince saying when they ask him what is the third, he's like, it's three parts of me. It's the part of me that has a hard time focusing. It's this, da, 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 and then saying the third part is thinking about having sex. It's like they could have, if they wanted to. That is one part I think that if they wanted to, they could have left that out.
No. It's another part too.
Okay.
Go back. I don't know what episode it was.
Okay.
But they talked about the situation with him and the first female referee, right?
Yes.
They talked about that.
Okay.
Now, he said, and I remember, this is a little bit of it, he said that it was consensual. Now, remember, the allegations was that she was raped by him.
Yeah. R word.
Yeah. R word. Yeah. And he said that relationship was consensual. Now, he's been saying that for years.
Yeah.
Then this is what needs to be kind of muted out, maybe. Then this fool turns into full O.J. Simpson and says, "But if I did, what?"
You're right. No. You're right. That he said,
"Bruh, what? Why did you say that?" Now people are really thinking like, "Yeah, you're." Like I said on the show, this man is top. I mean, that man is on the Mount Rushmore of bad people. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah. Why would you even put that out in the open like that? Like, some things you do not need to be O.J. Simpson on.
Yeah. And for you all that don't know what we're talking about OJ, did he actually publish that book, or was it a rumor?
Yep. No, it was. I think it was published.
If I Did It. OJ wrote a book called If I Did It, explaining how he would have killed his ex-wife and her boyfriend. OJ was a sick Negro. God, dog. Just reading, just saying that out loud, that he wrote a book called If I Did It. That's a sick Negro. Anywho, yeah, man. Oh, and also, I want somebody to ride for me like Bruce Pritchard, and I want somebody to ride for me like Brock Lesnar.
Because Brock ain't saying a damn
Brock
thing.
Got low. Brock got low. Brock hadn't even thought about coming back.
Bruh, how many times was Brock Lesnar even mentioned in this whole damn thing?
Up until the end, as big of a star as he is and was in that company, you don't even bring him up. But
he was Ruthless Aggression era, right?
When he started, yeah. They all were in the same, for lack of a better word, class. Orton, Cena, Lesnar, and I'm leaving one out. And I know somebody in the comments or somebody listening and streaming at the thing, but they all came. Batista. They all came roughly around the same time. Batista, Orton, Cena, and Lesnar. Jim Ross found all four of those guys. That's a hell of a class right there.
That's a hell of a class.
That's 4 first ballot Hall of Fame.
With a Kurt Angle who was still at the top of his game at that time too.
Yeah. Ruthless Aggression was a good time. But yeah, man, Brock got out of there. And no questions asked. Like he said, "Nah, Vince gone, I'm gone."
Yep.
Brock also knows where the bodies are. Not all of them. Pritchard knows where all the bodies are, but Brock knows where.
Pritchard knows where all the bodies. Pritchard knows where all the bodies are. The court. What is it? The coronations.
Yeah.
The coronations. The angle they're buried.
He got everything.
All that. He got everything.
Yeah. I
think Brock know a couple where the bodies are, but he don't know where the major bodies are.
No. He don't know what Pritchard know. That's what I'm saying.
Pritchard knows.
Pritchard knows.
Pritchard knows the date and time.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Boy. Crazy. But overall, I think it was a very solid doc. Bill Simmons did a good job with that doc. I think he did better with the Andre the Giant one, but still a good one.
Yeah. I again, and it may just be, pardon me, the cynic in me, the storyteller in me. I want the Vince, Shane, Stephanie, Triple H story. That's the
Because
story.
that's the dynamic.
That's the movie. Like when they do the Vince biopic, or however you say it, when they do that, I want it told from Shane's perspective.
Ooh.
I feel like Shane has like Stephanie's because to be honest, it could be from Shane or Stephanie. Because Stephanie, even at the end, not enough time was spent on Vince retires, Stephanie steps in as the CEO. Vince comes back, and Stephanie immediately leaves. Immediately. The moment Vince strong arms his way back into the company, Stephanie leaves. In the moment Vince is kicked out, Stephanie comes back a second time. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that definitely needs to be looked at. I think that you're right. That's the dynamic that needs to be
That's the
looked at.
point. Like look at when you watched it, especially when you got to the end. It's like now maybe it's one of those things where the people just did not want to share the information, which I understand as you know, it's family, right? So you may not want to share that, but that's the stuff that you want to hear. Like,
Right, right.
yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool to see the how the Montreal screw job had happened before for the young lady who did not want to give up the women's title in the 80s. That
Richter.
Wendy Richter, yeah. That gave Vince the idea, oh, Brett doesn't want to play ball. Okay, I got you. Now I will tell you this. To this day, the funniest part about the Brett and Vince thing is that all of that footage exists. Do you know why that footage exists? So during that time, Vince agrees and signs off on Brett having allowing cameras to follow him and get access because Brett was doing a documentary called Beyond the Mat or something like that. It was him. So
Oh, okay.
that's how all that footage exists because that wasn't even WWE footage. So the footage of Brett after the match when he spits on Vince, when he's walking back and they're trying to calm him down, and when Vince comes out of the room staggering and all of that is from that movie. And that movie became like this whole cult classic because yeah, it's cool to see backstage stuff, but it really was it has the Montreal screw job in it. And WWE, similar to this situation, when they signed off on something before the bottom falls out, had signed off on that documentary, and they were able to get all of that backstage footage on one of the most infamous nights in sports and entertainment. Like to me, to this day, like I still laugh because there's no way we should be able to have seen Vince staggering like that. Like he got rocked.
Yeah, that
Also,
shout out to Brent.
and also, Bret Hart may take this stuff a little too serious. It's possible. It's
I
possible.
mean, his family takes it serious though.
Yeah, he he might be a miserable dude. Like, truth
He
be told.
he might be, but at the same time, he takes this stuff seriously.
I got you.
This is his life.
Um, yeah, man. But they, you know, for what it was for the 6 episodes, they did cover mostly all of the major events of the past 30 years. They got to the Owen story. Sad as it was, that was tough. Got to the
Oh,
Chris Benoit.
Undertaker was going through that.
Oh, the Owen joint.
Yeah.
Go talk about it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wasn't he was talking about it like he said, and his blood is right there, and he was just
Yeah.
like, how do you keep going after that?
And it
Every
puts
wrestler talked about it that was there. That was like this. I don't know.
everybody. If you go
Everybody
back
was just
and
stuck.
watch that pay-per-view, you see it. It's like Jeff Jarrett when he's doing his promo, he's like, man, Owen, I'm praying for you. But back to what I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like that was, and his blood was in the ring. I don't think I knew that part. I
Yeah.
may have, but when I saw the doc, I looked. I
It
don't
was
think
in.
I
It
remember
was
that.
Dark Side of the Ring showed it.
It sure did. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
They
right.
just didn't show all of it. They showed like a little glimpse of it.
Yeah.
They
And
didn't.
it was
They were
there the
being
whole
more
night.
respectful.
Yeah, it was there the whole night. And it took you back to the Benoit incident and Owen incident took you back to a time when you kind of forget about like how much social media has made the world so fast, because they actually, the Benoit thing happens on a Saturday or Sunday. They get wind of it and then plan a tribute show on Monday Night Raw and are
Monday.
going through the tribute show and then get information that, hey, wait a minute, this wasn't an accident.
And then cut that shit out quick.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, in today's age, what happens to somebody before sad instances. You find out some things before the family even do, right? Like, so
Yeah, don't talk about that, because I
yeah.
got a whole soliloquy on that shit right there.
Go ahead. Are you talking about like family finding out about shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, but I hear what you're saying.
And
I agree
then
with you.
the Owen shit, the people in the crowd technically don't even know if it was real or not, because everybody didn't have phones and social media, so everybody's like, the people. I get what is as sad as it sounds, and heartless, I should say, as it sounds. Vince saying the show had to go on because the people didn't know really makes sense, because they really didn't know if this was part of the show or not, and if he's really gone.
And they didn't find out to the end of the
They
show.
didn't find out till it was over. Yeah.
Unless you were watching on TV, then
Yeah, we
officially
knew.
like minutes.
Yeah,
we knew, but if you were live, you didn't know.
Yeah, if you're in the arena, because if I'm not mistaken, it happened. The lights were down, and then he's just in the ring. So if you weren't front row and saw him hit the doggone turnbuckle, it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't really.
It didn't register at that point.
Yeah. Well, that was a sad way to end it off. I think that's it, man. AEW, real quick, signed a new deal. Was it a 3-year deal with a 4th-year option to stay on TNT, stay with Time Warner.
Good for them.
Good for them. I hope this means, apparently there's going to be a pay-per-view component that goes to Max. I hope that means their pay-per-views are no longer $50. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying $50 for a pay-per-view in 2024. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Just not doing it. And I'm a big boxing fan. I miss a lot of boxing pay-per-views because of it. I'm not paying $75 for a boxing pay-per-view. So hopefully now that this goes to a streaming service, they find a component to do similar to WWE with the network moving into Peacock. I hope it's something like that, because I would love to see, go back and watch some of those old AEW pay-per-views with, if they put the library there. What do you think?
I think that'll work. That'll help them out, because there's a lot of old, matches that they have that are pretty good. I would like to rewatch them too. So yeah, I think that's smart.
I think it's smart. I think, well, all the details aren't out yet. Goodness gracious! Judging by everything I've read, Dynamite stays, Collision stays, Rampage, who knows? And the pay-per-view stuff. So hopefully that means the pay-per-views become a little more affordable, a little more cost efficient. That helps. I can't wait to check it out. They are doing, what was it? What I read? They're doing they got the MVP thing. We'll talk about that at a later date, because I want to go into detail about that. I do like the fact that I didn't see the episode tonight, so I don't know if they forwarded the story or not. But whatever they're doing, Hurt Business to Jace down there, I'm here for it. I'm here for all things Hurt Business. Shout out to Shelton Benjamin. Preferably AEW gets their stuff together, because they need it, man. Before we get out of here, you got anything to say to the people?
Nah.
Andrew?
I do. I do have something. No, my bad. I do have something to the people.
Go ahead.
So, there's this team in Florida, and through all what's going on, they're 6-0. Best team in the state, right? Wait, but I was told by Apple Care being you, that another team is going to be the best in the state. So
I don't understand how Mike Norville still has a job. I really don't. I do not understand. Well, I do.
he's going to have a job for a while, buddy.
Yeah, because he
At
just
least
signed
2 more years.
Yeah, he just signed that damn extension, $60 million to come there. So I get it. But man, this was a wasted year. Like this
Yeah,
is bad.
tough.
It is bad. Like I didn't think we were going to be undefeated good. We being Florida State, I didn't think it would be undefeated good. But I definitely didn't see 1-5. I didn't see that. Like that's insane. Like Willie Taggart got fired from that.
Never get he got fired just because
He got fired because he was
they
turning that
could.
damn team around and they made a bowl game. And it was like, wait. We got to get him. If we're going to get him out of here, we got to get him out of here. But,
Now,
dog, wow. Like, I cannot believe that. True. Like, I got nothing. I
got nothing.
I didn't see this.
But before we go, I just one thing. Remember when Florida State was trying to get out of the conference, the lawsuit thing?
What's up, bro? Like, what's up?
Let's talk about this. One of the reasons why they wanted to leave was because they got SMU, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Them, North Carolina, and a couple of other schools did not want SMU. You know what team? You want to know what school wanted SMU there?
Miami. You know why Miami wanted SMU there? Because y'all one and the same. Both damn near got the death penalty in the 80s and the 90s.
Well, one got the death penalty. We didn't get it.
Y'all were about to.
About to.
Y'all were about to. SMU
but y'all
got
trust
the death penalty.
Yeah, but anywho, and the sweet thing about it, SMU's coach used to work in Miami. SMU is full of Miami players.
Yeah.
And they ended up beating y'all. It was so delicious.
Yeah.
I had to eat that with a spoon.
And you know what made it even worse? Florida State beat Cal. And Cal was at the time was undefeated. And it was like you ruined Cal's undefeated season just to get your ass whooped right after that. Like, you want to hear something else funny though?
Another school that y'all didn't want in the conference.
You know what's funny?
Enlighten me.
Florida State's going to beat Miami. That's the funny part. They're going to beat Miami. They're not going to win shit else. They're going to beat Miami.
We'll see. You got 2 weeks. Well, 3 weeks, really.
3 weeks, yeah. I think it's 3 weeks.
Because we play Louisville. Yeah. Then y'all.
And you got to buy before that, I think.
No, we're doing our buy now.
So, okay, yeah. So it's by Louisville, then Florida State. Yep.
But anywho, let's move on. What you doing for homecoming?
I don't know. One of the good brothers, his father passed away. So the service is a Saturday morning.
Oh,
so
that's tough.
I'm going to miss the Saturday morning stuff, like the parade and all that stuff. Well, I probably could still go to parade, but yeah, I'm cool. So I'm gonna be at the services Saturday, and then there's a family surprise that I can't talk about because the family member listens to the show, and this will be out before the surprise happens. So I'm gonna hold off on that. so I had to say my Saturday is pretty wrapped up. Friday, I'm not sure. You coming down or you chilling?
Nah, I can't do it because job number 2 pulled me on Friday.
Gotcha. I don't know if you're gonna miss anything this year, though, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like,
you never know.
It's homecoming, so it's always fun.
It's homecoming.
It's
always good to see my people.
Yeah. It's always that, but you know, it'll be good. But as always, man, Andrew, we praying for you. Knows but way more important things than a podcast right now that you have to deal with in the Florida area. She's tough. She did not want to evacuate our area. She was outside of the evacuation zone. Last time I talked to her, it was about an hour or two before recording. So I don't know. I wanted to say, hey, you sure about that? But I also don't want to get in nobody's way. If they okay with it and they prayed about it and they do what they need to do, she's gonna be all right. And that's all it is. But me, I'm just a warrior type. So I'm like, bro, you sure? But nah, man. So we good. We just sending them up for her. Send them up for her. We'll be back with the faction as soon as possible. He already ruined his goodbyes because we want to talk about Miami. So I'm just gonna get us out of here, man. We are out. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe. Tell everybody you like about this show, except for Miami Hurricane fans.
They know.
I'm mad. I don't have access to the hang up button anymore. That's the part that sucks. Anyway,
hang on to the what?
The end button. I can't end this shit anymore. You got to do it.
I love this. All right, but yeah, like you said, we out. Peace.